Attention everybody, the views expressed on this show are not necessarily those of Acts Ministry, Acts Media Group, and or their affiliate and subordinate ministries and or nonprofits. So, here's Tom and Amber.
Good morning, everybody. This is Something to Celebrate. I'm Amber.
And this is Tom.
And thank you for joining us today. It's been an eventful week. We have had Super Bowls, 70-degree weather.
Yes.
And I just spilled a bunch of chocolate in the lobby. So
speaking of weather,
we're gonna eat it.
Speaking of weather, I heard the weather reporter say that it was warmer here in Missouri than it was in Miami, Florida.
Wow.
The day of the Super Bowl. At least that was their prediction. I don't know if it actually turned out that way.
Well, that's amazing. I was amazed that we were warmer than most people. I was like, this really feels like spring.
Yeah, that kind of made me jealous. I lived in Miami for a number of years, and kind of made me wishing I was back there with the palm trees.
Well, staff said it was 48 up in Chicago, so it felt like a tropical, diminished, beach type thing.
Well, yeah. In Chicago, 48 degrees this time of year would be like a heat wave.
People start wearing shorts and sandals.
Yeah.
So tell us, Tom, what word of the day we are celebrating?
Well, it's kind of like a throwback to my days when I studied Greek. Metanoia is a word that has been picked up directly from the Greek, and it is metanoia, means the journey of changing one's mind, heart, self, or way of life.
Wow.
It's kind of the root meaning in Greek of metanoia is change.
Oh, well, so like if you change your clothes in the morning, you decide like.
There you go.
You can have those metanoia.
A metanoia moment.
Metanoia moments. Hey, that needs to have its own show. Metanoia moments.
Yeah, you need to do a meme for that. Just put it up there. Let's have a metanoia moment today.
Today I was thinking about all the wonders of life. Squirrel.
You call that, what is that, obsessive compulsive ooh shiny?
And we also have a natural solution.
Yes, we thanks to Natural Solution for being a big part of the show.
Yes.
Today we're talking about milk thistle, which is a natural substance that improves skin health. Also helps detoxify the liver and pancreas to control diabetes. So it detoxifies the liver, supports healthy liver function, aids the liver's cellular regeneration, boosts immune response, and its a powerful antioxidant properties will neutralize free radicals. And you can get milk thistle at www.naturalsolutionstore.bz.
I've been actually rediscovering the beauty of apple cider vinegar, and I don't know how many people have. Have you taken apple cider vinegar before?
Yeah, I take it with breakfast
every day. Okay,
and also kombucha.
Kombucha? Well, they kind of have the same kind of vinegary qualities, but do you drink it? Do you swig it back?
I just tip the bottle.
Yeah. Well, I have
pretty stout.
I have rediscovered a new way to take apple cider vinegar, and it's called Golgi gummies, and they're like, it's like cherry. You don't taste any apple cider vinegar, and
I love the taste of vinegar, so it works good for me. Yeah. Yes.
You like the burn going down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you take
Feel
shots
the burn,
of
no
vinegar?
pain, no gain. Yeah. I take a big old gulp of it every morning. Sometimes just for no reason whatsoever, I'll just take a sip of it.
So I'm a chicken. I do a capsule. I have a vinegar capsule.
So you do vinegar shots as opposed to doing vodka shots. So they kind of,
I'm a recovered alcoholic, so
you had to change to vinegar. Well, so I really love it. I really love not having to swig vinegar. So first time I've had gummies that really taste great. So I just have to make sure I'm not eating enough. I wonder how much you eat, and you overdose on apple cider vinegar. So what are we celebrating in the month of February?
Well, here we are in February already. Can you believe January has come and gone already? So February is American Heart Month, Black History Month, Ooh, and I love this one, Celebration of Chocolate
Oh my
Month.
goodness, yes.
Great American Pie Month.
Yes.
And today, February 4th, is African American Coaches Day,
Wow.
National Homemade Soup Day. Love that.
Ooh.
Oh, my wife makes great soup. National Stuffed Mushroom Day. And we're going
Okay,
to talk
that's
about this a
random.
little bit later. Rosa Parks Day is today.
Yeah.
And there's a great story behind that. Library Lovers Month,
Wow.
National Cherry Month, National Grapefruit Month, National Macadamia Nut Month, National Sweet Potato Month. Remember the district youth director from Hawaii that used to always show up with macadamia
Yeah,
nuts? We loved
macadamia
it. Sua.
nuts. They're awesome.
Sulua Tawala.
Yes, we
That's
love.
nuts.
Yes. And boy, that was something, we always looked forward to that. And on this date in 2004, can you believe it was this recent? Facebook was founded. So
Wow.
Facebook's only been around since 2004, and it just seems like it's been a part of our lives forever.
Yeah, what did we do? One of my friends reminded me when we used to work at the youth department and did the youth magazine. We had a MySpace. She's like, I used to go in there and manage your MySpace, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I even forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
So Facebook just kind of took it all over.
Back in the day. I feel like I have those back in the day moments.
You know, and we're moving into a political season right
Yeah.
now. I mean, Iowa caucuses were last night, and there was also, something going on with the Republicans where Donald J. Trump just wound up getting like 98% of the support. But on this date, in 1789, George Washington was elected as the first president of the United States. So the date that we have our elections has changed
Wow.
over the years.
So
But
it
right
wasn't
now we're just
February.
kind of, I want to say beginning that process,
The
but it
month
just
of
seems like
love.
this process has been going on forever already.
Yes, the month of love. We have some birthdays as well.
Happy birthday, Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper
Born-
has an amazing testimony.
Yeah, born in 1948.
Yes.
Rosa
Yeah.
Parks was born on this date in 1913. Charles Lindbergh, the great American pilot, was born in 1902. And in 1906, this is the birth date of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a German pastor who more or less protested Nazism during World War II and was arrested and finally executed
Wow.
for standing up against the tyranny, Hitler's tyranny.
I remember. Okay, the one thing I realize that there is there are so many musicians, mainstream musicians, that are coming to Christ.
Yes.
It's so exciting to hear all these testimonies and even Kanye, the revivals that are happening across the nation as he's going and people are coming to Christ. But Alice Cooper is one of those guys, and Brian Head Welch from Korn. I remember interviewing Brian I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago, interviewing Brian, and it was interesting to see how his personal journey through his addictions and stuff, how God was really talking. So he tells about every one of his tattoos have a story, and that it actually connects back to his God moment. So it's exciting to see these people who have just such a great influence. By the way, Korn's going to be in concert here.
Coming to the Ozark.
That was a good plug. That was a good plug. Really good segue.
If anyone wants to ask Media Land to go kind of join me at the headbanging Korn.
I've actually been to one of their concerts, and it is
Yeah.
awesome. Of
Yeah.
course, I like heavy metal.
Yeah. So
Red's
it's,
pretty good, too, if you've never heard them.
yeah, Red.
Christian-
Oh yeah, Red.
Christian
they're
heavy metal.
awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think the funny thing is anything that you think that's out in the world as far as music, and I know I came back from the 80s era of the Imperials and
Yep.
the White Heart and Russ Taff and second chapter of Acts, and we're like, oh my goodness. Yeah, Twisted Sister. Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, we did. I'm like, man, they don't see as extreme as they used to compared. But we have such great music in Christian music industry, and really exciting to hear and be a part of that. And hey, Brian, if you're watching, hey. Yeah, it's so. Yeah, I'd love to have you in the studio. So we have an awesome Say Grace segment because it includes the month of chocolate, but the month of chocolate. But a shout out to a local business here, and I don't know how many of you have went to the local Society. The tea shop that's over here on just across the street from the Plaza Towers. It's actually a Springfield small business that was started by two young Vietnamese guys here in Springfield. First bubble tea store. It was the first bubble tea store in Springfield. They brew teas, make toppings, and bake cakes in their kitchen. And one of the things they have is roll cake, which is one of the traditional Vietnamese desserts. So unfortunately, they do not open until 11 o'clock each day, which kind of hits my morning commute. But it's an exciting place, so check it out, Society Tea, for a little bit of a different bubble tea experience, definitely local, and support local small business. So as a segue to that, chocolate, we're going to get Jay and Matt over here, and we're going to play a little chocolate game. Okay, chocolate game. Okay, come on. Okay, yeah. As I preface this chocolate.
Hope I'm not too loud. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Can you hear me?
This chocolate was on the floor.
We can hear you just fine.
This chocolate was on the floor.
Floor chocolate.
It's mystery chocolate.
I love floor
This
chocolate.
This is how much I love these guys.
Is that velvet?
It's a velvet heart.
That's actual velvet.
It is.
Ah,
Red velvet.
It looks fuzzy.
It is
kumbaya.
fuzzy. Okay,
My lord.
So,
Kumbaya.
okay, so you know that. Okay, so we're gonna. You know the game you play when you get a box of chocolates like this. Do you ever get a box of chocolates like this?
Yeah,
From
where you
people?
don't know what is what.
Well, you don't know what is what. So we're gonna play the chocolate bowl here.
Uh-oh.
So you're gonna have to tell me when you pick a chocolate. You're gonna have to tell me what it is and if you would throw it back or eat it.
And do I just go ahead then?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
But this obviously, I'm sure it's not a peanut butter cup.
Okay.
But
Okay.
We'll see. Throw it
Okay.
back or eat it.
Throw it back or eat it.
Chocolate smells really good. Are these homemade chocolates?
No.
I'm not sure, but it's delicious.
Do you have any inkling?
Some sort of a nut and cream. But
Dr. Vague over here.
Some sort of nut and cream.
This is coconut and Rice Krispies.
Okay. So
I would
coconut.
definitely eat that.
You would definitely eat that. Okay. So I'm gonna have you guys take another one.
You know what's really cool is if that has a little map, it's worthless now because you dropped it.
I know that's what I say. That's the whole thing about this.
So we've got Jay over there, Mr. Non-committal.
Okay.
I don't
Maybe.
know. I can't identify it.
Okay.
But it was
Well,
good.
It was good.
I'm
So
a
you
fat
wouldn't-
guy, so I know a lot about
You wouldn't
food.
have thrown it back.
Maybe a caramel cream. I would not have thrown it back. No.
Okay. Okay. So this is the dark chocolate. Do you guys go for dark chocolate, or you normally go for the milk?
I love dark chocolate.
Okay.
I go for the chocolate that is in front of me.
Okay. Okay.
And he dips it in peanut butter usually.
So, Jay, do you want to go
That's how I
first
like
with this
my
one?
chocolate.
What do you think?
It's maybe a chocolate.
And a cream, and maybe a nut. I love you, Jay.
Again, delicious though. I would not throw it back.
You wouldn't throw back. Okay. What do you think, Matt?
Trying to figure out what it is. It's like maybe mallow. No, it's not mallow cream. Maybe like a creamier divinity of sort.
Okay. So kind of marshmallowy, but not quite. Not maybe a nougat. More of a
Yeah, what's a nougat?
like a
Exactly. Yeah, it's a nougat.
I was
like a
hoping for
chewy
one of the
white
fruit
bit.
creams.
What? Okay, chewy white
Have
bits.
you had the orange cream ones?
Yes, I have had the orange cream ones.
I
Love
like the
those.
chocolate that comes in the shape of an orange and you break it apart.
Oh, Terry's chocolate orange.
Yeah,
Those are
but they also
really
make a
good.
strawberry one now.
I have a hard time with parting from the
That-
orange.
It's hard, and how do I know I want one of those? But how would
Okay.
I find it?
Okay, yes.
You
So
just have to keep trying until
okay,
you find
yeah,
one.
we'll find way. Keep trying.
Okay, I'm going to do this.
Okay, yeah.
How
okay.
can
Yeah. Well, so far we haven't quite distinguished any of these chocolates.
that one
that
was
last one-
chocolate something?
The
Chocolates.
last one tasted like
Chocolate-
it
chocolate
could have been
cream.
like it's part of the cherry cream, but
Uh-huh.
without the cherry cream. It's you know what I'm talking about, the chocolate
Cherry-
covered cherries.
Oh, like
But
cherry
without the-
cordial without the white, without the cherry. That's what
Yes,
you're
and
talking.
without the cherry flavor.
Okay, okay. But dark chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
Dark chocolate. Okay. What do you think, Jay? Are you having trouble opening your mouth after that bite?
That one is like a
Please say no.
caramel.
Okay. Okay. And it's a dark chocolate
Mm-hmm.
caramel.
Very.
Mine's like a caramel also.
good. Would not
How are
throw
we
it back.
eating the same thing?
You have a milk
That's why. That's why you have to poke your finger into each one of them.
I know.
Break it apart and see what's in there.
You know
Yeah, but my girlfriend hated it the last time I did that.
yeah. You know what
I don't have a girlfriend,
my
but
mom would
that's
do
why.
when my dad would like he brought my dad would get these big cream puffs and she would poke her finger in the middle of the cream puff to find out what it was. And if it was a good one, she might just eat the cream only. So that was disappointing. So you don't do that. Do you guys have you ever bitten a chocolate and put it back in the box? Like, would you do that or would you throw
Not
it away?
since I was 5.
I'd throw it away.
You would throw it away?
Unless I
Definitely.
was just feeling extra ornery.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'd take a little bite out of each one of them and put
Yeah.
them back. I'm just helping them out.
Yeah.
I'm helping people out so they know what they're getting. All they have to do is look at where it was
I
bit.
was going to say that they just
Like,
look
hey.
at it and see what
Hey,
it is.
this isn't. Yeah, this isn't quite.
So they're like, "Thank you, Matt, for biting this."
yeah. Do you ever so you have to bite it? You don't necessarily cut it with a knife to find out
No,
what's
no. I
inside.
just make
bite
sure there's a little bite mark in it.
it. Okay. So.
See, I don't know.
Gotta have the tooth marks.
Okay, well, no, because it bursts all over the. I was just throwing things back in the box here.
I
Let's
can't
try.
even- So this one's a different shape. I'm hoping
Okay,
this will
okay.
mean-
I'm going to grab this one here.
Okay, looks like a caramel.
It looks like it could be.
Hey, do you ever think, this is what it is because based on the shape, totally.
I didn't realize I should have not gone with so many of the same shape.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Oh, there's caramel.
Oh. Okay.
Cherry. Is this strawberry?
Strawberry or
Strawberry.
cherry.
Strawberry.
Delicious.
I still got that one. Which is definitely.
I think he changed shapes. I think that was the strategy.
That was my
I
strategy.
wish I could change shapes.
See, now if Jay would just put that back in the box, you could have it. See, he tasted
Round
it
is
for
a
you.
good shape. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
It
Now,
reminds
this one
me
I'm-
of the strawberry Charleston Chew. You remember those? Mm-hmm. That's what it tastes like. Only creamier.
Yes.
Now, see, this has almost a fruity taste to it. Well, no, it's kind of like the goobers. Did you ever have? I
Yes.
think. Well, not. I don't. I might be
Those
thinking of the wrong thing.
the goobers.
I'm
are
thinking
like
of the
nuts
the
and
honey. You know, it's like a.
Butterfinger.
It's like on a stick, like a sucker, but
Chico sticks?
no, it's got a stick like a sucker, but it's like a caramely kind of.
Sugar
Daddy?
daddies.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what this is.
It's a sugar daddy covered in chocolate. Okay.
Now, I
Okay.
can probably stand about one more.
No, that's what I was like. I'm like, no, we're gonna go through the whole box, guys.
How many calories was that I just consumed? Probably.
Okay, we're just gonna do one more
Okay.
because I
All
don't
right.
want them falling over and like
Sugar high.
diabetic comas coming out of the.
Yeah.
Okay, are you gonna do a change of shape?
This might be the same one as before.
Okay, do a different one then.
I'll just save that for.
Oh, he got that one.
Did you want this one?
That's what I was gonna pick, but I'm gonna choose this.
Okay.
Did I do one this shape yet? I don't think I did.
Oh,
Is this a solid chocolate?
yes.
Well, I can
Cheater.
pick another one. You look disappointed.
You can set
I
that one
do.
aside.
Put it
and-
aside.
Yes.
It might be a clue for later, though. Okay.
Okay.
So, one more.
Well, I need to change shapes here.
Change shapes.
This looks like a chocolate caramel macadamia
Hey,
nut.
what is these?
Macadamia nut? Mm-hmm. Those are goobers.
These are definitely goobers,
Yeah,
I'm taking one of
those are
those.
goobers.
and they're not the kind that come out of your nose either.
Yeah, yeah.
I am never disappointed with these anymore.
Okay, so,
They are so good, I would never throw one back.
okay.
It would have to be so bad.
It'd have to be really bad to throw it away. Okay, so far you haven't had any ones that you would want to, like, pitch back. Like, so this is a pretty nice box of chocolates.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
Oh, yeah.
Well, happy Valentine's Day,
And
guys.
if you didn't like it,
So much.
and if it's one you don't like, put peanut
Same
butter
thing
on
as
it.
before.
Right.
Mashed
And happy
marshmallow.
Valentine's Day to you.
Thank
you
you.
so much for thinking
It
of
is
us.
the month of love and
Singles
Chocolate.
awareness.
singles awareness.
The
you know?
14th.
Oh, that sounds real cynical, doesn't it? I'm
Yeah.
like, National Singles Awareness Day is coming up.
Yeah, we've all had Singles Awareness Day.
At work, they have these little bars that I was supposed to sell, and they're health bars. They got egg whites and this and that, and then 2 dates and no BS. Which
Oh, really?
BS is
Yes,
like
yeah.
a thing you're not supposed to have. It's like a.
I've seen those bars.
Well, I was telling people you need to get these for Valentine's because we were supposed to sell them.
Uh-huh.
Valentine's Day, you know why? And they'd be like, "No, why? 2 dates and no BS." And we didn't sell any of them. Everybody laughed, but nobody wanted.
Well,
them.
those are
That would
delicious.
be an awesome. That would be an awesome Valentine's treat. Okay, so what kind of chocolate do you think this might be? Do you have any idea what kind of brand of chocolate this might be?
It's not Stouffer's.
Okay,
No,
What would it be? Hershey's?
Hershey's. No.
I would think Stouffer's.
Stouffer's lasagna.
No.
Oh, Russell Stover.
Stouffer's. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I would have guessed that.
Well, look at your. Do you look at your little chocolate there? Does that have any distinguishing marks there? Okay.
Hold on.
Tom, can you look at the chocolate and see if you can tell what it is?
Almonds?
No. It should. The brand should be evident by the chocolate. Can you guess
By
it?
each piece?
No, that piece.
Whitman's?
Yes. You guessed
Whitman's.
it. You guessed it.
I
By
was going
the-
to say, did you want this?
No.
They are good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well,
Those are
thank you
amazing.
for our chocolate, our Super Bowl
You didn't try any.
chocolate challenge. No, because I was just wanting to see you guys.
It's probably because she dropped them on the floor.
It was a gift. It was
That's
a gift.
amazing.
Yeah, y'all were just fun to watch.
I didn't
That
want
was
it.
great.
It was like I ate some.
It's the identifying.
Some.
I did.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
So, do you want to? Is anybody you want to gift this to right now?
I'm pretty sure Steve would like a piece or two.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
Steve-O.
I'm selfish that way when it comes to chocolate.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I do share.
Yeah, I mean, if Steve, I mean,
Yeah,
you
let's
take the
just
rest of
see
it
it.
with you unless
Yeah,
you're taking it
let's
with
see
you.
that. Let's give this, Chocolate Awareness Month.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you
for-
guys for watching our craziness.
Yes.
Well, that was fun. So you have some. You mentioned Rosa Parks.
Yes, yeah. This is Rosa Parks Day. There's 2 different days that different states celebrate Rosa Parks Day. One is on her birthday, so many states celebrate Rosa Parks Day on this day. Others celebrate it on December 1, which was an important day in the life of Rosa Parks. She was born in Tuskegee, Alabama, and at the age of 2. And I'm just going to share a little bit of background about her because we hear about Rosa Parks, we hear about Rosa Parks Day, we hear about the incident on the bus.
Yes, we do.
But there's more backstory to that, leading up to that. So at the age of 2, her family moved in with her grandparents, who were former slaves.
Oh, wow.
So her grandma and grandpa were former slaves. They had a passion for racial equality. So Rosa experienced discrimination at a young day, as did many young blacks at that time. She attended a segregated school that lacked resources. She became a seamstress later in life in a shirt factory. And in 1932, she married a barber, and a member of the NAACP.
Wow.
So she didn't become a civil rights icon as she's known today until the mid-1950s, but she was involved in the struggle for justice long before that. After joining the Montgomery chapter of the NAACP in 1943, she became its secretary, a position she held until 1957. She was also a youth leader of the chapter and was also assigned by the NAACP to investigate cases of sexual assault.
Wow.
Now, what happened on December 1, 1955, Rosa Parks was riding a Montgomery bus home from her department store job. She worked there as a seamstress. She was seated in the front row designated for black people, and when some white passengers boarded the bus and had to stand, the bus driver moved back by a row the sign that separated the races and told the 4 black riders in the row to move back. 3 complied, but Rosa Parks did not.
Wow.
Blake called the police, and Parks was arrested.
Wow.
Just hard to believe
Yeah.
that could happen.
Yes.
Because the bus drivers were almost given legal authority to act as police
Yes.
on their bus, and if there was anyone who wasn't obeying the laws of segregation, they could have them arrested. So she was arrested. So Rosa Parks' refusal to give up her seat sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, which protested segregation of public transit in the city and really began the modern civil rights movement.
Wow.
So just to make a long story short, they wound up having blacks boycott the transit system and,
Yes.
ride share, walk, ride your
Wow.
bike, take cabs to work, and it wound up being a huge financial hit to the
Wow.
transit system. So buses were idled
Wow.
because
That's amazing.
because of this. Well, thank you. There's much more to the story, but I don't want to take time to do that right now. But you can
Yeah.
just, if you would, today, just honor Rosa Parks by just going to your search engine, Rosa Parks, and check out her story and a lot of things that we take for granted today. The rights and
Yeah.
that are enjoyed by so many go back to a time in our history where someone like a Rosa Parks would stand up against a system.
Yeah.
And sometimes just because it was the law
Yeah.
didn't mean it was right.
Well, my daughter's college, Wheaton, has such a huge background as one of the hubs for the Underground Railroad. So it's so incredible. Some of these stories out of the civil rights movement, out of segregation, out of out of all these times. One of the things that my daughter gets to hear tomorrow, Dr. Bernice A. King, who is Dr. Martin Luther King's daughter, is going to speak at her school. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Those are to be on the hub of, these are really people who have changed history and built an inroad for freedom for a whole segment of people. It's such an inspirational type, and so I would love to go there. I'm hoping I can see it up on the internet.
Yep.
And hear that. You have a natural solution, Tom.
Yeah, CBD capsules. CBD's the buzzword in the natural health industry right now. Natural Solutions offers CBD in capsule form in 10, 25, and 50 milligram doses. That way, you have a controlled measurement when finding the dose that works best for you. These capsules provide the same benefits as CBD oils, but it's easier because you don't have to worry about measuring the exact proper dosage, and they're easier to transport. Some of the benefits of CBD supports muscle and joints, reduces inflammation, promotes bone growth, relieves anxiety, reduces blood sugar levels. It is antibacterial and slows bacterial growth. Therefore, it has shown positive results for people with autism, diabetes, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, PTSD, anxiety, and it also supports brain health. And you can order your CBD capsules at www.naturalsolutionstore.bz.
Well, this next lady that I'm getting on the line, Laura Padgett, she's one of our ASAs. And she has an incredible ministry. And it's interesting when you see someone who uses, she uses dance for ministry.
Yeah,
And
her
she-
website, it says author, speaker, dancer.
Yes, I thought that
really
was
fun.
exciting. So I'm going to get her on the line, and we're going to. I love dance. I love.
Or that does not accept solicitations. If
Uh-oh.
you are a solicitor, please add this.
Uh-oh. Let's see. Maybe I'm going to turn. I'm going to say maybe it'll. I have never experienced that kind of an answering machine message. If you are a solicitor, do not call.
Number that does not accept solicitations. If you are a solicitor, please add this number to your do not call list and hang up now.
Can I do that?
Otherwise, please press 1 or stay on the line.
I want to do that for my cell phone. Okay.
Thank you.
So did you
Please
press
hold.
1?
Yes, I did. It's going through. So yeah, I want to add that to my cell phone. Goodness.
Good morning.
Good morning, Laura. This is Amber. Welcome on Something to Celebrate this morning.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity because here we're celebrating 16 degrees and 5 inches of snow.
Oh, my.
And you are in Lakewood. Are you in Lakewood, Colorado? Yep.
That's right.
I'm in Springfield, Missouri. So we were enjoying almost 70 degree heat a couple days ago. But aren't we supposed to have some ice?
Supposed to have some ice and snow.
Yeah. So, Laura, we were just talking about you. I hope your ears weren't burning.
You know, they always are, but I think it's me age.
Well, I love that the one thing that's very unique about you as a member of our Advanced Writers and Speakers Association is you do ministry such a different way, and you studied storytelling through dance. And tell me how that all came together in your life.
Well, let me tell you, I can give it just a real thumbnail sketch. When I was in my 50s, my work went offshore as a medical transcriptionist. I had never received my bachelor's degree, so I went back to school, got the bachelor's, and then went to work for that university and got the master's.
Wow.
And for free. The master's for free. Hello. I know. And during that time, God led me to say, you know what? You've been dancing for years as a secular. I was an Irish dancer. I was a clogger and a tapper. And and let's dance for me now. And so I began to do a master's degree in, I guess it would be creative writing, but where I went to school, Regis University in Denver, they have a unique way of doing things. They're like, you don't get to do anything that's been done before. So I thought, well, this is it.
Yeah.
And God led me. I had done some sacred. I had done some praise dance. But I thought, well, I can't take a degree in dance. It wasn't there. But I can certainly take a degree in storytelling and make my feet, my hands, my heart, and my praise tell the story of my faith. And that's what I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how is sacred dance and storytelling, how's that different from,
What was that? I'm sorry?
How is what you do different from, like, traditional, you going to the ballet or the,
Yes,
tell us how that changed, your perspective towards dance.
Well, first of all, secular dance, and I was a secular dancer. I was a competitor. It's always about the dancer, isn't it? Or the audience. If you're in performance, it's about the audience. You want to draw them in and bring them on stage with you in the heart. But when you do sacred, it's all about God. And that is why when I teach it, I still lead teams. I still teach it, even though, we're moving now and I don't know what that's going to look like. But I can tell you that what I train the dancers in is I say, you know what? God has everybody's picture on his refrigerator.
Wow.
And he don't care if you are on point. He doesn't care if you are a medalist. He says, praise me in the dance. And so the way it's different is in the world, you are judged. You are judged upon the execution of technical merit. There's very little, I think most dance is drama.
Yes.
But not all dramas dance, obviously.
Yes.
But in sacred dance, we're telling and bringing forward a visual to say, this is what Christ has done in my life.
Wow.
This is what he does for us. A friend of mine and I just danced to, well, I danced to a song called New Wine. And then another friend of mine and I danced to It Is Well With My Soul.
Oh, wow.
And when you come out of there, it's kind of hard because people want to say, oh, that was beautiful, thank you. And I kind of shy away from that a little bit. Or I always say, Jesus gave me this dance. And he wanted to tell you something. And a lot of people have. We've had some wonderful reactions. And we've also had some people who, do not believe in dance in church. And I always honor those postures. I don't want to make it with my art. But, art has a lot of things to say about Jesus, has a lot of things to say about walking in faith with our God. And so does that answer your question?
Oh yeah. Well, I totally get that because even with design, what I do, I say there's something that is, driven by the Spirit of God, and I think because the nature of God is art and artistry, and I think that it's that God-breathed connection that He gives us. And that's why, I know worship isn't music, but worship is the methodical conversation going on between us and heaven. Whether that's in dance or in story or in our daily prayer, it's this, almost this ongoing. It is dance, actually. I always visualize my conversations with God as almost like a conversational dance back and forth. So that's exciting. Now, I know that some people, some ladies especially, who've been in dance, actually, gentlemen too, come out of the professional arena kind of marred by expectations, even eating disorders and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How have you seen people, have you seen any stories come out that it clicks and there's healing through that change?
I think that this is funny. I started dancing in my 40s. I was ill.
Yeah.
I have a chronic condition, and my doctor said exercise, and I said, how much time am I going to get for pitching this guy off the fourth floor? Just kidding. But I mean, it was the last thing on my mind was to exercise. So I fell in love with river dance, and I have Celtic roots.
Oh, wow.
And so at 40-something, 6-something years old, I went to learn Irish dance. And I did it for almost 20 years.
Wow.
And I became a champion.
Oh, wow.
I have gold medals. And
wow.
I know. I think they just, sometimes I wonder if I didn't get that gold just because I was the only one old enough to buy the judge a pint. I'm just wondering. But the fact is, there was a reason for that, and I never understood it. Now, I've written a story about it called Silver and Gold. It's in my latest book called Jesus in Shorts, my short story collection. But I'll tell you something. I started teaching it when I was at Regis, and I had women who came and said, I tried to take dance, and my feet are too big, and my body's not right, and I realized the damage we do in secular dance. And I saw it, too, in Irish. I couldn't be... as an older person doing this, and obviously I just actually taught a class last year, and I'm almost 70 years old, and I said, again, love the art. Use the art. Don't let the art use you.
Exactly.
Don't be defined by what other people are telling you, because they are not interested in you. They are interested in that medal. They are interested in that title. They are interested in promoting their own agenda.
Yeah.
And yes, they come out damaged. And so I was really blessed, blessed, excuse me, to be able to go through the back door and through God's grace, help women understand. Pardon me, I have a frog in my throat. The beauty of His creation in them.
It's
That
so
they weren't
true.
to anything. That they weren't not this. That they were this. And so we almost always started with prayer. People knew, I always say, I don't ever apologize for the cross. I don't beat over the head with it, but I never apologized for it. So people knew who I was and what I was about. Many of them joined me then on the sacred dance adventures there at that school. And I think the damage, it's the same thing with athletes. My son was an athlete. And we have an unfortunate attitude of competition.
Yeah.
And that doesn't leave from the dance floor, Amber. That stays with us everywhere we go.
It does.
And that is very anti-Christian, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does. I know.
But I love the ballet. I can watch it all day.
You know, it's so funny because I know I love to write verse. I love to write poetry. I love to, and it's like, what even in the writing world, and I always said this, I'm going to do it because it's something that's God's given me to do, and I'll put it out there because I put it out there for me in conversation with the God who loves me. This is me allowing people into my sacred space when I publish or put something out there. I'm not, I'm not trying to market what I do or think. I think when you get out of that mindset of competition and this is just a conversation, this is just a sacred dance between my Father and I, that you get out of that whole mindset of making something that's sellable, that's marketable, that's getting a thumbs up. I think we as artists, we have to kind of get away from that almost, because that's something God's given us uniquely
and
to
He
do.
wants to use it for others. And that's it. If we're not using our gifts for others, then we are not walking, in my opinion, again, I always say in my opinion, because we live in such a black and white world, I'm right, you're wrong kind of thing, and I don't ever want to come across that way. And the more I know, every year that goes by, I realize I know nothing. And I always say I fall more than I'll fly until I get home.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I have seen the transformative, I should write a book about this. Why am I not writing this? About transformative power of the art, of the dance. So let's just talk about dance. And the transformative power of people who have come up and said, I danced once, just let me give you an example. I danced once to a thing, I danced to El Shaddai about talking about who God was. And it was right after I told the story of my mom and my broken relationship, and that she went to her grave with us being unreconciled because she was an alcoholic. And she abandoned us. And I say this now not to break her anonymity or my own, but to tell you that coming out of that background, I believed I was just totally worthless. And when I received her wedding ring in the mail, another story that I've written called Mama's Ring, and what God taught me about forgiveness, and the line in there, He's the God who really sees, the one who's on her knees. The transformative power in me to understand my mama's disease, to listen to God telling me, you need to forgive her, and you need to walk in a forgiveness with everyone else. And as I danced that, and I had told the story, and I danced to El Shaddai by Amy Grant, and people came up afterwards and said, oh my goodness, I need to call my mom. My mom was an alcoholic. My father died an alcoholic. And it's led me into a ministry to help people who are in recovery from these effects, which is primarily where I speak now, honestly, in the recovering community, to talk about the redemptive power of of love and forgiveness, no matter where
Yes.
you live or what you've done.
Well,
So-
and so tell me about the book, Jesus in Shorts, because that's
Jesus
pretty.
in Shorts. Yeah, it's
So-
a 25 short stories about life-changing Jesus moments.
Wow.
And they have been written about dance. There are several pieces in there about dance. There are several pieces in there about being an elf. Amber, did you know I was an elf?
I did not know he was an elf.
Well,
that-
actually, I'm the retired captain of the elf. I'm retiring this year after 9 years. Another crazy, fun ministry. in
Oh,
homeless
wow.
shelters and really a
That's
hoot and holler.
crazy. I did not know that.
And the things God taught me
Mm-hmm.
in being in that ridiculous costume,
Uh-huh.
dance, a lot of stuff, some about secular dance. I once danced a dance called Masked as a mime
Wow.
to the sound of silence.
Wow.
It's a dance that was speaking about don't silence others and don't be silenced. And so there are dance stories. There are stories about fishing. There's, just
Wow.
driving my 1969 Volkswagen Leonard. who,
Wow.
he's an outrage to begin with, but he is a vehicle for change because I don't care who you are or where you're from or who you voted for or what your politics, what your religion. I never drive Leonard that somebody doesn't come up and go, I used to have one of those, and we start a whole conversation.
Isn't it amazing?
All
Yeah.
apart. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, and places I've seen God use. There are zillions of these stories. I picked 25. That's the number He gave me, and it's written in a form that if people want to use it for a Bible study, they could. I always have scripture, and I always have reflection questions about stuff about. Gosh, it just covers a whole plethora of things that God has shown me. And when I came up with the idea, this is my second book. My first book is called Dolores Like the River, and it's about my conversion to Christianity
Wow.
and coming out of that home I've explained to you, and the woman named Dolores who walked the examples, Amber, and now as a mentor, I'm so excited.
Wow.
And one thing I learned from Dolores, and this is my mantra: if I leave you with nothing else, in my art, honey, I didn't come to preach to the choir. I came to cheer those that don't think they can sing. We
So
often
true.
become inside ourselves and in our faith, and we need to minister to one another. But there's a world that hurts out there and don't feel they don't feel worthy. They feel abandoned. They feel lost and left behind. And God says, "Oh, I don't think so."
Yeah.
And so people like me can walk in this world and say, "Oh, dude, I've been there. Let me tell you what Jesus did." And I don't take any credit if they convert, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to walk away and look at me and go, "There's meds for that, sweetheart." but it isn't about me. The dance isn't about me. The writing isn't about me. The speaking isn't about me. It's about the message all the time of His love, His redemption, and the hope.
Yes.
And so, but I'm so about the people that don't know Him,
Yeah.
and like me, just felt like, what does He want with me?
Wow.
But that first book did really well. The second book is it not financially. I mean, we don't go into art to make money, but it's gone in the recovering communities, and so I continue to pray for this little book to show people, no matter where you're from. And I called myself a spiritual refugee. I was.
Wow.
I had absolutely no interest in this guy on a cross. What does he have to do with me?
Wow.
Pursued me, and thank you, Jesus. That's
Yeah.
all I can say.
Well,
Those are my 2 little books, and I don't know if there'll be a third. We have to see what God says.
yes. So, Tom, do you have any final questions for Laura?
Well, actually, I just wanted to affirm you in one of the things that you said earlier that I think can help so many people is we kind of, you see God as kind of like a refrigerator magnet God. And so many people think that they need to be better than somebody else.
Sure.
And what God wants from us, just as a parent would want from a child, God's not wanting you to be better than the next person. He's just wanting you to give Him your best And as you do that, I can just visualize him looking at the angels around him going, that's my kid.
Yeah.
That's my
right.
kid. I'm so proud. Here, let's go
That's
stick this up
awesome.
on the refrigerator, man.
Yes.
I know. And you know, one of the best things I ever wrote, it was on my blog. I've never published it outside the blog. It's called Little Drummer Girl. And it's about bringing the gift of dance forward in the modern church and them saying, I don't think so. And finally, the pioneers in this field have been doing this for, 25 years. And the pioneers are beginning to see a break in that. And I call it Little Drummer Girl because I would hear God grab my hand and we would just dance together. And it was like, just use your gift. And the little drummer girl brought her little gift among all the other ones that seemed better.
wow.
So that's on my blog called Living What You're Given In, is just to encourage other people. Oh, bring your gifts, my friends.
Oh, that's such a good word to leave with. Bring your gifts, you know.
Yes.
Bring your gifts.
Bring your gifts. LauraPaget.com. We'll put the link in our
Laura
description.
L. Paget.
LauraLPaget.com. We'll put
That's
the
me.
link, and we'll put the links to the books.
Thank you, Laura.
And thank you so much for being with us today.
Hey, thank you for taking time, you guys. I'm going to try to stay warm.
You too. We will. We'll try to stay warm up here.
Stay inside.
All right. Well, you take care.
Bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, what a great lady.
Yeah, she is a great lady. Do we have time for a final natural solution? Yes, we do.
I think that we might. Now, here we'll be talking about, let me see, nitric oxide boost. This product is an overall heart-healthy supplement. It relaxes blood vessels, improves circulation, controls cholesterol and blood sugar levels. And you can get your nitric oxide boost at www.naturalsolutionstore.bz.
Wow. It's a great show. Jay and Matt, are you recovering from the sugar overload? You are.
I had to do an insulin shot, but I'm good.
Well, until next time, this is Amber
And this is Tom.
saying step into the sunshine and find something to celebrate too today.
Yes.
Take care.